Ever heard someone say a project is sorted and wonder what that actually means? Today, we're diving into the hidden meanings behind everyday idioms.
And trust me, some of these phrases are so sneaky, they'll make you stop and think, did I just hear that wrong?
In the next 8 minutes, we'll unpack more than 20 expressions, from feel like $1,000,000 to peaks and troughs, and give you real-world examples you can start using right away.
We'll also sprinkle in a few surprising origins, debate a couple of grey areas, and leave you with a challenge to test your new vocabulary.
Ready to unlock the secret lives of these phrases? Let's jump in. First up, sorted. When someone says a problem is sorted, they mean it's been resolved or organized, like a tidy drawer.
Exactly, Sarah. I once told a friend his birthday surprise was sorted, and he showed up with a cake already on the table. Problem solved.
Now, feeling like $1,000,000 isn't about cash. It's a vivid way to say you feel exceptionally confident or happy.
I felt that way after nailing a presentation. I walked out of the room like I owned the place.
Will do is a concise way to say, I'll take care of it, while mill about describes aimless wandering, like a bee buzzing without a flower in sight.
And when you stumble over a word, you literally trip on it in speech, whereas a concept can dawn on you when the light of understanding finally switches on. The phrase kiss of death dates back to ancient myths where a single kiss sealed a tragic fate. Today it marks any action that guarantees failure. Meanwhile, saying good to see you is more than polite. It can signal genuine warmth, or in some contexts, a thinly veiled sarcasm. If you don't have the ghost of a chance, you have zero probability, not even a phantom's whisper of hope. And when we, let's agree to disagree, we acknowledge a respectful stalemate, a polite way to say, I see your point, but I'll stick to mine.
Contrast that with let's agree on this, where we find common ground and move forward together.
Life's a series of swings and roundabouts, gains and losses that balance out over time. A British way of saying what goes up must come down.
No muss, no fuss. Promises a simple, hassle-free experience. Think of a microwave meal that's ready in minutes.
If you feel played like a fiddle, you've been manipulated skillfully, like a musician pulling strings to create a melody you didn't choose.
Someone who is prone is naturally inclined toward a behavior. A child prone to curiosity will ask endless questions.
And to laugh up your sleeve means you're secretly amused, keeping the chuckle hidden like a private joke.
The slang delulu blends delusional and crazy, often used online to call out wildly unrealistic beliefs.
A tradwife refers to a traditional wife who embraces classic domestic roles, a term that sparks lively cultural debates.
To pepper in something is to sprinkle it lightly, like adding a dash of humor into a serious speech.
But always watch for a caveat, a warning or condition that qualifies a statement, like a fine print clause.
When you put in earphones, you immerse yourself in sound. And take out earphones signals a return to the outside world.
The phrase, let alone, emphasizes an even greater impossibility. If you can't finish a sentence, you certainly can't write a novel, let alone a bestseller.
Keeping your guard up means staying vigilant, especially when navigating tricky negotiations.
Wheeling and dealing paints a picture of fast-paced bargaining, like a market trader hustling for the best deal.
And peaks and troughs describe the natural highs and lows in any process, whether it's the stock market or personal motivation.
When something is to a T, it's perfectly precise. The phrase itself is as crisp as a tailor's stitch.
These idioms aren't just words. They're cultural snapshots that reveal how we think, feel, and interact.
But here's what's really interesting. Many of these expressions get misused, leading to funny misunderstandings. For example, people often say, I'm good to see you, instead of good to see you.
A quick tip. Link each idiom to a vivid image in your mind. That mental picture makes recall effortless. What if you tried using 3 new phrases this week? Challenge yourself and notice how conversations become richer. In our next episode, we'll explore idioms that originated from sports and how they migrated into everyday speech.
Stay tuned, because the language landscape is always evolving, and we've got plenty more surprises ahead.
Today, we untangled a whole toolbox of expressions, from sorted to peaks and troughs, giving you both definitions and real-life contexts.
I loved hearing how each phrase carries its own story. It's like each one is a tiny adventure waiting to be shared.
Remember, the best way to own these idioms is to sprinkle them into your daily chats. Practice makes perfect.
And don't forget our listener challenge. Drop a comment about the phrase you used this week and how it felt.
Thanks for joining us on Language Lab. Until next time, keep your curiosity humming and your vocabulary growing.